You're inconsistent in Valorant. Let me help. If you've been playing Valorant for a while now, you may have noticed that some games you'll be match MVP and the very next you're bot fragging as duelist. Now, difference in performance is completely normal from game to game. Sometimes you carry, and the next game it's your duo carrying. I'm going to be focusing more on getting out of a fit of bad performance or a losing streak. I'm going to cover 3 things in this video: settings, mental, and your playtime. Now, the biggest positive change for me recently was lowering my sensitivity. I went from 0.75 to 0.55 at 800 DPI. I've always been a wrist player, and I still am, and I've convinced myself that I needed that higher sense because I wasn't using my whole arm. After lowering it, however, I've noticed night and day differences. I feel so confident taking aim duels. Before, if I didn't kill the enemy within the first second, I would just lose. This is because it's almost impossible to micro adjust with high sense, which is much more important than flicking. While yes, flicking looks cool and makes for great clips, just think about what you're doing more often in a game: flicking 180 degrees or adjusting from the body to the head of an enemy. Now, I want to tell you about my friend we call Zinji. Zinji used to complain to me about his inconsistent performance often. Zinji is the same friend who would tell me about the new sense he's trying every other week. If he's doing bad, he changed his sense. While I gained from lowering my sense, it's not something you do often. In the whole 2 years I've been playing this game, this is the second time I've ever changed my sensitivity. If this is something you're doing often, then it won't help diminish your inconsistency, rather it will add to it. Find the sense you're truly compatible with and stick to it. Now this brings me to mental, which is quite deeply rooted in playtime. Tilt queuing. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's when you immediately start another game after losing and getting mad at the previous one. This never ends well. You're mad and still trying to compensate for your last game, so you won't play smart and you'll continue to lose. I'm sure you see how the cycle continues, and eventually you lose days of RR gain. What you should aim to do instead is make net positive RR gain. Say you play 3 games a day. You want to win 2 of those games minimum, or at the very least break even. So you lose the first, then you have 2 more chances to win. Then make more. Here's the part people mess up. Once you lose 2 out of 3, just stop. You have to sometimes cut your losses, which is perfectly fine. The secret strategy I'm about to tell you is what the whole video is based upon. Take a break. Now, speaking about the scenario I just mentioned, say you lose 2 out of 3. If you hopped off for a few hours and try again at night, that's completely fine. A few hours is more than enough to reset to a blank canvas, not being negatively motivated or on a loser's mindset, as we say. More drastically, if you're truly having a fit of poor performance, I'd recommend taking a few days, even a week off the game. No, you're not going to come back rusty. As a matter of fact, you're going to come back even better. I've seen this in myself plenty of times. During the school semester, I usually wouldn't play, sometimes up to 3 weeks at a time. When I get back, Val is not my main priority, and it allows me to be more at ease, as in my mind, it doesn't matter so much. This leads to increased performance. Perhaps you've heard of this phenomenon. It's called outcome independent mentality. It's the mentality carried by undefeated Muay Thai champion Sanchai. He claims that he doesn't really care about the outcome of the match, he just enjoys it. So I know you rank sweats will hate this, but sometimes to get out of a fit, you really just have to play for fun.
Guys, I'm here with the 360.
So let's recap. First, find a sense that works for you and stick to it. Second, always queue with a fresh mental. Don't let this game get you too aggravated, or at the very least, don't queue while you're raging. And lastly, take breaks and manage your playtime. Aim for at least a gain of RR every day, and learn when to cut with your losses and your earnings. One aspect I didn't cover here is analyzing your gameplay and learning from your mistakes. I'm going to leave a link to a YouTube short that I made that covers that topic. Hopefully this information found you useful. This is Professor Q. Class dismissed.